I'm live. What's up, guys? It's Danny Waiter here. I am doing my Skyrim roleplay as Toll which is this guy. Alright, so I'm going to start off this stream. Let me sit in my little chair. Okay. So, I'm going to start off this stream by reading a book. Let's see. What book do I want to read? Got a bunch here. Excuse me, guys. So, I wanted to try something new. I was going to make these into videos, which I might, but I don't really see a lot of this. But I'm going to go ahead and have Tolrung occasionally read books to everybody. B9. Oh. Let's read The Enchanter's Primer. We just picked this one up. A Primer on Enchanting by Sergius Durianus. Enchanting was raised to a fine art by the wizards of the Arcane University. Sadly, some of the nuances of this skill were lost when the Imperial City was sacked. Yet we are not without capability. This text will cover only the basics of enchanting. It is but a primer for students of the College of Winterhold. Before a weapon or bit of armor can be enchanted, the wizard must first learn the enchantment. This is a personal task. Enchantments cannot easily be passed from one mage to another. They must be understood at a primal level that can only be achieved by destroying an enchanted item and absorbing its nature. The arcane enchanter is specifically designed for this task. Merely place the enchanted item in the device and will it to relent. The magic will flow into the mage, imbuing him with the knowledge of how the enchantment is formed. The utter destruction of the enchanted item is the unavoidable consequence of this process. Items that already have enchantments cannot be enchanted further, so choose carefully when you enchant a blade or helmet. Before beginning an enchantment, make sure you have a filled soul gem. The enchantment will use this soul as a source of power. Place this item and the soul gem on the arcane enchanter. Concentrate on the enchantment. The device will meld the two together, enchanting your weapon or armor. Armor enchantments are permanent and do not need to be charged or powered. The reasons for this are not known. Some in the college have postulated that the wearer contributes small amounts of his own energy to keep the armor enchanted. Others say it is just the will of Magnus that it works that way. Regardless of the reason, enchanted armor and clothing never wear out. Weapon enchantments are a different story. They slowly use up the soul energy in them until they are depleted. The enchantment remains, but a filled soul gem must be used to recharge the weapon. Perhaps it is the destructive nature of the weapon enchantment that makes it deplete. One intriguing theory is that the soul leaks out a little at a time into the victims that the weapon harms. As a novice enchanter, the reason is immaterial. At first, you will find that your enchantments require a lot of the soul energy. As you become more skilled, you can achieve the same effects with less and less soul energy. So practice your lessons and pay heed to your masters in the magical arts. Well, that was actually kind of fun. Tolrung loves reading, so I'm going to make that a permanent thing in my roleplay where he reads, which would be me, actually reading the books occasionally. So I hope you guys enjoy that. I need to read more books, both in-game and in real life. But yeah, if any of you watching this, if you guys want to let me know if you like the reading, if you don't want me to do it, but it's something I'm going to try to do whenever I play Toll Run, whether streaming or just playing. I'm going to try and do that.
No offense.
Okay, so now we're going to find Brynjolf because
Good to see you.
for some reason he intrigued Tollrung a little bit.
Have anything interesting to tell me?
Why don't they listen to me, Kirava? Why won't they do as I say?
Maybe they're afraid of you. Maybe it's your breath. How should I know?
They always try to take advantage of me. Give them an inch and they'll take a mile.
I'll tell you one thing. If you don't make peace with them soon, you may get a walkout on your hands. Then we'll both.
Okay.
Never done an honest day's work in your life for all that. I'm saying you've got the coin, but you didn't earn a septim of it honestly. I can tell. Oh, but that's where you're wrong, lad. Wealth is my business. Maybe you'd like a taste.
Suit yourself. Drink up, my boy. Drink to those who have fallen. May their souls find their way to Sovngarde.
Take it easy, Father.
So one of his sisters
I'll rest easy when we've driven every
went and did the Thieves Guild, and she started to fall in love with Brynjolf, and then at the end, he just didn't want anything to do with her and just broke her heart. And so Tollrung wants to kind of mess with Brynjolf a little bit.
I've got a bit of an errand to perform. And in my line of work, extra hand, simple. I'm going to cause a distraction. You're going to steal Medesi's silver. Once you have it, I want you to place it in Branche's pocket without him noticing. There's someone that wants to see him put out of business permanently. I'll be out in the market all day, from 8 in the morning until 8. Meet me then, if you've still got the stomach for it. Do you want me to hold? You're going to have to sneak over to Medesi's stop. Then, when you have the ring, you pickpocket Branche.
Welcome
and
to the
leave it
Bee and
behind.
Barb, my lord.
I'll be at the
If I
market
can interest
come
you
morning.
in one of our special.
I feel like I should turn him
Got
in,
the
but
coin? You're welcome here. What can I get you? Mead? Sure thing. It's yours. I'll show you
Alright.
to your room. Right this way.
If your allegiance lies with the Empire, we haven't much to discuss.
go ahead and sleep for 12 hours. It's been a while.
Let me know if there's
Probably
anything
won't stream
else
for
you
too long. This will probably be a pretty short stream, because I do have some stuff I have to get done before I head to work. Okay. I'm gonna eat some food. There we go.
It's a fine day with you. Don't take this the wrong way, but you look a little sickly.
stop raising.
Yes, I do. Let me go to the Temple of Mara
What do
first.
you want? Divine smile on you.
Sure. I'm a dirty beggar. Why would you want to even speak?
I'm sorry, I have to go relieve myself of this disease.
What do you need, my friend?
There we go.
Good to see you. Finally,
Okay,
someone
lad.
useful is around.
Ready to make some Good. Wait until I start the distraction. Then show me what you're made of.
Protect yourself right. Buy armor from
Everyone,
Kefka.
gather round. I have something amazing to show you that demands your attention.
This way, everyone. Over here. You need to hear this.
Oh.
No pushing, no shoving.
To oblivion with all of you.
Oh,
Rich piles of dung walking
Come on,
by us
okay,
like
so it's over
what is it
here.
this time? Pretending we don't exist.
Patience, Blanchet.
Oh.
This is a rare opportunity. I wouldn't want you to get left out.
That's what you said about
Look
the
at me.
wisp essence. And it turned out to be crushed nern root mixed with water.
Well, that was a simple misunderstanding. But this item is the real thing. Lads and lasses, I give you Falma Blood Elixir.
Oh my gosh.
Come on. Are you talking about the snow elves?
The one and only.
She's ruining this whole
Mystical
part.
beings who live in legends and were masters of great magic. Imagine the power that coursed through their veins.
How did you get that then? No one's seen them in years.
My sources must remain.
There we go. We'll just take a couple of other things.
Your own protection, but I can promise you that the contents are genuine. One sip of the elixir and your wishes will be granted. Great wealth, everlasting life, or perhaps limitless power could be yours.
Who is
How much does
seeing
it
me?
cost?
Okay.
Only 20 gold septims. Hurry, before my supply is gone.
He gives
Oh my
other witches
gosh.
a bad name.
Wield powerful magic incantation.
What?
I don't know.
Okay.
Sounds like I should try.
Time is up. Spare a septim.
Yes?
Great wish to buy.
Yes, what
Looks
a
like I
waste of
chose the
time.
right person for the job. And here you go. Your payment. Just as I promised. The way things have been going around here, it's a relief that our plan went off without a hitch. Nah. My
Only 100
organization's
gold,
been having a run
Valkyrie.
of bad luck.
Leave
But
him.
I suppose that's just how it goes. But never mind that. You did the job, and you did it well. Best of all, there's more where that came from. If you think you can handle it.
I'm glad I found you.
All right then. The group I represent has its home in the Ratway, but get there in one piece. And we'll... My organization's been having a run of bad luck.
If I see
But I
him,
suppose
I'll make
that's
sure he
just
doesn't
how
do
it
anything
goes.
brash. Don't worry.
Fresh meats and produce. Get them
Tol Rung
before the
doesn't
dawn.
really like
If you could
committing
spare a
crimes,
second, that would be grateful.
but he kind of just wants to get close to Brynjolf and just kind of figure out like why he did what he did to his sister.
This isn't mine.
That's right. It isn't yours. You're under
Tol Rung is a pretty good guy. Although he did
I never saw this ring before in my entire
do Namira's thing.
You can walk up with me to the keep. I can drag.
Oh,
Lying and sound lying.
all right. And Tol Rung is normally, you know what? Yeah, he'll keep using his
I
dagger.
don't know, Drop. Skin us alive. Do it.
You know,
Give up while you still can.
he's gonna emulate his sister with the Thieves Guild. He might as well. You know, I'm glad you can defeat someone by putting a weapon next to them and then they die. Great. Alright. Okay. Let's do... I think we have to jump down. Oh. He's a lowlife. Oof. He's actually pretty strong. I wasn't expecting that. Come on, just insta-kill him. Come on. It's like one of the toughest battles I've done so far. Okay. I think that guy is almost always difficult. But alright, we'll go ahead and read this book. Beggar by Raven. Eslaf Irol was the last of the litter of 5 born to the queen of the prosperous Nordic kingdom of Erelgard Leprekopa and her husband, the king of Erelgard, Yodlef. During pregnancy, the queen had been there more than twice as wide as she was tall, and the act of delivery took 3 months and 6 days after it had begun. Oh my goodness. It is perhaps understandable that the Leprekopa elected, upon expelling Eslaf, to frown, say good riddance, and die. Like many Nords, Yitlef did not care very much for his wife and less for his children. His subjects were puzzled, therefore, when he announced that he would follow the ancient tradition of his people of Edmora, of following his beloved spouse to the grave. They had not thought they were particularly in love, nor were they aware that such a tradition existed. Still, the Simpa people were grateful, for the little royal drama alleviated their boredom, which was and is a common problem in the more obscure parts of northern Skyrim, particularly in wintertide. He gathered his household staff and his 5 fat, hauling little heirs in front of him, and divided his estate. To his son Yenap, he gave his title. To his son Lernu, he gave his land. To his son Soybud, he gave his fortune. To his daughter Lacifitra, he gave his army. Yet Luff's advisors had suggested he keep the inheritance together for the good of the kingdom, but Yitlef did not particularly care for his advisors, or the kingdom for that matter. Upon making his announcement, he drew his dagger across his throat. One of the nurses, who was rather shy, finally decided to speak as the king's life ebbed away. Your Highness, you forgot your 5th child, little Eslaf. Good Yitlef groaned. It is somewhat hard to concentrate with blood gushing from one's throat, after all. The king tried in vain to think of something to bequeath, but there was nothing left. Finally, he sputtered, irritably. Eslaf should have taken something then, and died. That a babe but a few days old was expected to demand his rightful inheritance was arguably unfair. But so Eslaf Ero was given his birthright with his father's dying breath. He would have nothing but what he had taken. Since no one else would have him, the shy nurse, whose name was Druzba, took the baby home. It was a decrepit little shack, and over the years that followed, it became more and more decrepit. Unable to find work, Druzba sold all of her furnishings to buy food for little Eslav. By the time he was old enough to walk and talk, she had sold the walls and the roof as well, as they had nothing but a floor to call home. If you've ever been to Skyrim, you can appreciate that that is scarcely sufficient. Druzba did not tell Eslaf the story of his birth, or that his brothers and sisters were leading quite nice lives with their inheritances, for, as we have said, she was rather shy and found it difficult to broach the subject. She was so painfully shy, in fact, and whenever he asked any questions about where he came from, Drusba would run away. That was more or less her answer to everything, to flee. In order to communicate with her at all, Etzlef learned how to run almost as soon as he could walk. He couldn't keep up with his adopted mother at first, but in time he learned to go toe-heel, if he anticipated a short but fast sprint, and heel-toe, it seemed Drusba was headed for a long-distance marathon flight. He never did get all the answers he needed from her, but Etzlef did learn how to run. The kingdom of Erelgard had, in the years that Etzlef was growing, become quite a grim place. King Yanop did not have a treasury, for Suabud had been given that. He did not have any property for income, for Lernu had been given that. He did not have an army to protect the people, for Lysifitra had been given that. Furthermore, as he was but a child, all decisions in the kingdom went through Yanop's rather corporate council. It had become a bureaucratic, exploitative land of high taxes, rampant crime, and regular incursions from neighboring kingdoms. Not a particular unusual situation for a kingdom of Tamriel, but an unpleasant one nonetheless. The time finally came when the tax collector arrived at Drusba's hovel, such as it was, to collect the only thing he could, the floor. Rather than protest, the poor shy maid ran away, and Etzlef never saw her again. Wow, so I'll talk after. Without a home or a mother, Etzlef didn't know what to do. He had grown accustomed to the cold open air in Drusba's shack, but he was hungry. "May I have a piece of meat?" he asked the butcher down the street. "I'm very hungry." The man had known the boy for years, often spoke to his wife about how sorry he felt for him, growing up in a home with no ceilings or walls. He smiled at Etzlef and said, "Go away or I'll hit you." So, he felt sorry for him, but then threatened him. Etzlef hurriedly left the butcher and went to a nearby tavern. The tavern keeper had been a former valet in the king's court and knew that the boy was by right a prince. Many times he had seen the poor ragged lad in the streets and sighed at the way fate had treated him. "May I have something to eat?" Etzlef asked this tavern keeper. "I'm very hungry." "You're lucky I don't cook you up and eat you," replied the tavern keeper. Etzlef hurriedly left the tavern. For the rest of the day, the boy approached the good citizens of Erelgard, begging for food. One person had thrown something at him, but it turned out to be an inedible rock, as most of them are. As night fell, a raggedy man came up to Etzlef, and without saying a word, handed him a piece of fruit and a piece of dried meat. The lad took it, wide-eyed, and as he devoured it, he thanked the man very sweetly. "If I see you begging on the streets tomorrow," the man growled, "I'll kill you myself. There are only so many beggars we of the guild allow in any one town, and you make it one too many. You're ruining business." It was a good thing Etzlef Errol knew how to run. He ran all night. Etzlef Errol's story is continued in the book Thief. Oh, cool. I just love how the woman, the maid, took pity on him and went and tried to save him, keep him safe and whatnot, keep him alive. And then just kind of ditched him, honestly. Oh. This guy. Alright. So that was the second book. So now we have to find a thief. I don't know if we have it or not. I'm tired of you. Ooh. So I'll take that. Alchemy table, okay. Let's see. 25 minutes, okay, not bad. Just so we don't accidentally step on these. Okay. I've never actually read the books in Skyrim, so doing it through Torrung, I think is going to be pretty good. So right now we have the story of Eslav, the beggar, and so I'm guessing he's going to become the thief. Oh. Okay. Go ahead, just go up here. Do that quest at some point. Alright. I'm pretty sure to open the cage, I'm gonna have to go in here for the key. I don't want to do that right now. That's the Thieves Guild home that you can get. Okay. Oh yeah, there we go. Boop. Shortcut. Alright. For now, Torrung is just going to have, like, my voice.
Give it up, Brynjo. Those days are over.
I'm telling you, this one is different.
I'm not here to hold
We've
your
all
hand.
heard that one
Figure
before,
this one out for
Bryn.
yourself.
Quit kidding yourself.
It's time to face the truth, old friend. You, Vex.
I'm busy. Don't you have something to do?
Dying breed.
For your associates,
Things are changing.
but I lost ship with
Dying breed, eh? Well, what do you call that, then?
You need advice?
Well, well. Color me impressed, lad. I wasn't certain I'd ever see you again. Reliable and headstrong? So, now that I've whetted your appetite with our little scheme at the market, how about handling a few deadbeats for me? They owe our organization some serious coin. I want you to explain to them the error of their Kirava, Percy Honeyhand. Do this right, and I can promise you a permanent place. Honestly, the debt is secondary here. What's more important is that you get them. A word of warning, though. I don't want any of them killed. Good. If you need any details on your marks, I'll be here.
Okay.
Now get going.
Delvin, I have a full score of glass arrows coming in. If you want a piece, I'll sell them to you for my cost. I need to keep the merchandise moving, or else that lady might catch on to our operation. If you want them, they'll be stashed under the docks in the usual place. I'll check back with you in a week. Delvin, master of sneaking, huh? If I ever catch you trying to sneak a peek at me while I'm bathing in the lake again, I'll cut off your most valuable asset. Well
You need
then.
advice? Talk to Brynjolf. Got better things to do.
Did you take out
If you're looking for
like I asked?
conversation, the flagon is
Better have
brewing.
coin to pay for your drinks. There's no handouts here. Lend
We've
it.
known each other.
There's a house in
Ooh.
Very well.
All the stuff is in the
Just
safe.
let me know when you're ready to put. I don't know you, so we've got nothing to talk about. How about you finish the job Brynjolf gave you?
Okay,
Then-
you could at least look at me.
So
Until
I
next
recommend
time.
you keep your hands off the merchandise.
So, we stumble
A
upon
lot of nerve coming down here.
this
People
place.
tend to get hurt, and the Rathway.
Stay out of trouble, or there's gonna...
And supposedly this is the Thieves Guild. I'm not very impressed by it. You know, I would have thought a thing called the Thieves Guild would be much more impressive. And I do not see what my sister saw in this Brynjolf character.
So, what do you think, my dear?
Huh. I suppose I can work with your face. After all, the sculptor cannot always choose the... Yes, I once practiced my art in the salons and manners of but no matter, the greatest art... So, are you here as a client? Shall I remake your face? I have not always been a ragged beggar. I learned my art from the masters of the art of flesh. I studied with the faculty of chirurgeons and cloud rest. I walked with the hollow-faced men of... I count the nobility of both the Empire and the Dominion. And yet, I have fallen so low that I must justify myself to a wanderer in the sewers of this backwater of the world. All right, then.
Interesting. I may,
Have anything for us yet?
lucky I don't strike you down where you stand. But with that, we put a good 30 minutes in. Torung read 2 books, learned about Eslav, who is royalty, but, you know, his father didn't leave him anything. And so we'll have to read about him in The Thief. So maybe we can find the thief at some point. But thank you guys for watching. I love you guys. Keep your number 1. And let me know if you guys want more readings with Torung. I'll do streams or videos on it because I think the books in Skyrim are very interesting, and I haven't seen anyone actually read them, so I will be reading them for you guys and probably making short videos on the books. Alright guys, our next book will be The Thief. Love you guys. Bye.